Hi everyone, my name is Gnana Raju. I'm a nutritionist, fitness consultant, wellness coach working for last 20 years. With my experience, I would like to present you one of the wonderful videos on the connection between obesity, lifestyle, nutrition, and thyroid. So there's an interesting connection. So by studying this, connection will really get benefited. And I thought I wanted to present this video to many people just for sake of education. And this video will be giving a great blessings to many people, I believe. And this will be great, help. So it will take some 30 minutes of time. So please be watchful. So before that, let me introduce about myself. My name is Gnana Raju. My wife's name is Cynthia Raju. We are into Herbalife nutrition for last 20 years, and I am now in Chairman's Club position. So now, before coming to Herbalife, I worked as a Group 1 officer, gazetted officer under Government of Andhra Pradesh. Worked for 10 years. Then I quit my job and I did my MSc in zoology. Now I have a lot of passion and interest in nutrition, so that's the reason why I did my out of my own curiosity. I did advanced diploma in nutrition fitness, and I'm also certified in advanced clinical nutrition, certified nutrition fitness consultant, certified sports nutrition consultant, certified exercise specialist, certified calisthenics trainer, duathlete, marathon run cyclist, and CPR AD, certified Zumba instructor. So to reach out to me, these are my Instagram, Facebook, website, YouTube, email, phone numbers. You can reach out to me. I was leading a simple, ordinary life before. So I was also overweight that time at the age of 26, 27 years. I worked as assistant IG, assistant inspector general of Revision stamps. Morning, I go and come back by night. And afterwards, I also worked as a district registrar field post. I worked in Khammam, Nalgonda, Vijayawada. So very responsible post, and I used to have lot of hard work. I used to be involved in works. So that's the reason why my wife actually wanted to do something part time. So to kill her time, and she was most of the time bored. So that's the reason why we got across this, come across this company called Herbalife Nutrition. Then I also got interest. Then initially she was, uh, she was crazy about losing weight. And after coming to Herbalife, using the programs, and you can see the transformation. At the time, her age was 23 years. Now she is 46 years, double. And you can see the transformation after her result. Then I also started using. At the time, I was 27 years. Now I am 53 years, looking great and better. And a lot of people are asking me what is the secret. So this is the secret. And I also do full marathon, 42 kilometers full running. My wife does 10 kilometers running, and my children also grown taller. You can see the transformation, and you can see the transformation. My children and me and my wife, entire family, now we transform into fit family. And this is what we want to tell you. I was before overweight, now fitter and healthier. Now entire family we are into nutrition, fitness, and health field, wellness field. So now after getting good experience, I wanted to help a lot of people. I have this passion. I said earlier. So I am right now. I have a great team, and I keep on giving trainings, and I also train a lot of trainers. And I'm a national level and international level trainer. So this is these are some of the pictures. And if you also love people, helping people, so if you also have a passion, please join us. Or you want to try the programs, please do it. Okay. So we also go give some presentation, the companies, corporate presentations, and we are very fortunate to have our wonderful mentor Jim Rohn, is an international business philosopher, and we also very fortunate to have our brand ambassador Mary Com, top class people, and we are very fortunate to give this Herbalife Active Catch of the Match award during the IPL times, as Herbalife was the sponsor, and we had lunch with Virat Kohli, top class people, and we also have our brand ambassador Cristiano Ronaldo, top class, and we are very fortunate to have this trainer, Dr. Susan Bowerman. She is a registered dietitian, and she's a professor. And not only Dr. Susan Bowerman, but also we are trained Dr. Diana Ryan, Dr. Kent Bradley, topmost doctors. And we are all equally fortunate to be trained by our fitness trainer, Samantha Clayton. She is a former Olympian. She is a sprinter. And we also fortunate to get trained from Dr. Vasilos Frankos, Dr. David Heber, his authority in nutrition fitness. You can see his magazine, or his awards, and PhD, so many. So he's one of the topmost mentors in nutrition, Dr. David Hibber and Dr. Luigi Grattan, Harvard doctors. And I went through their books, and I'm you know, very happy to be trained by Dr. Richard Henry Carmona, the Surgeon General, 17th Surgeon General of America, top class people. And with that experience, I thought I wanted to share some of my inputs to you. So I hope definitely this will be great help. But remember, this is not nothing to do with any treatment of any thyroid or any kind of medication. You have to approach your medical doctor, your physician, not me. Okay, for thyroid problem. I only here to give this video for education purpose. And if you wanted to have some help on lifestyle correction, nutrition, yes, we are their coaches. But your doctor is the first preference for medical problems, right? So this is no way replacement of many medical advice. So medical advice is different, and this nutrition and education purpose we made this video. So let me give the connection between obesity, lifestyle, nutrition, thyroid connection. This thyroid is like a gland here, and below it is the parathyroid gland. There is the two lobes are there, right lobe and left lobe, and in between the bridge is called isthmus. So I follow a lot of references. You also, if you are interested, please go through these references, scientific journals. And I already explained about anatomy of the thyroid and parathyroid. Parathyroid is below of the thyroid gland. We are not discussing about the parathyroid gland. We are discussing about thyroid gland. And about 80% of thyroid patients are women. Most unfortunately, women are more affected, and only 20% of people affected are men, right? So in India, out of 10, one adult is suffering with hypothyroidism. So ratio is 10:1. And 35 plus age is the higher risk for thyroidism, hypothyroidism or thyroidism. So hypothyroidism is 3 times more common in women than men. One-third of hypothyroid patients are unaware of their condition. They don't know that they have thyroid. 1 in every 3 diabetic patients could have underlying thyroid disorder. So there is a jiggery dost, friendship between diabetes and thyroid. So much be careful. So generally, so usually the risk is for pregnant and pregnant after postpartum. And if you have family history of autoimmune diseases, then this also there could be chances for you to get. And if an iodine deficiency is there, then also the hypothyroidism can come. You had a radiation therapy before, then also there is a chance for you to get it. In worldwide, 1 out of every 8 women in the United States will develop a thyroid condition. Okay, so 1 out of 8 women, and generally the risk is much more higher, 10 times higher risk of hypothyroidism if you are a woman. Okay, for women this is the most common. Okay, and greater risk of hypothyroidism if you have type 1 diabetes. So these are some of the things for it's there for US. And Hashimoto disease is called autoimmune thyroid disease. It's a rare condition. Very few people get this autoimmune disorder, autoimmune thyroid problem. It could be because of genetical reasons mentioned here, or because of endogenous factors like high leptin levels, vitamin D deficiency, vitamin deficiencies are female sex and puberty, pregnancy, rapid growth, and aging. They're internal to your body. Or environmental factors like selenium, stress, iodine, pollution, toxins, infections, gluten, drugs, alcohol, vitamin D, thyroid damage. So this could be very rare Hashimoto disease. Um, this also can happen because of autoimmune. What is autoimmune disorders or diseases? Body mistakenly, instead of fighting the infection or antigens, the bacteria, virus, mistakenly it affects attacks the thyroid cells. It's called autoimmune thyroid, right? It's a mistake. It happens because of these 3 reasons: genetical or endogenous or environmental factors. So less than 5% people, they don't know that they have thyroid, and partly it's also genetical. As I said earlier, if you have this kind of genetical history, there is also little chance for you to get it. So hypothyroidism, then how to understand this? What are the signs and symptoms? Number one is hair loss. Okay, and you usually feel cold and fatigue. All tiredness will be, mood swings will be, all of us. They shout sometimes, they get gussa, irritation, anger. Goiter also, the high cholesterol also can come, slow heart rate, and they usually put on weight. Weight gain will be constipation, motion will not become free, dry skin and hair, brittle nails. Menstrual changes will be irregular menstrual cycle. That's the reason why they, conceiving also becomes problem. Sometimes miscarriage also becomes, common. And muscles and joints become very sore, like a wound, they become very weak. So hypothyroidism are given the same thing in the pictorial form. The thinning of eyebrows and hair loss also, swelling around the eyes and puffy face. This is also there, right? And apart from this, there could be decreased kidney function, muscle weakness and cramps, I said earlier, and decreased overall heart function also. Okay. And sometimes the functions will not be seen properly, symptoms also properly not visible. This hypothyroidism different, hyperthyroidism different. When excess of thyroxine produced, then they end up in hyperthyroidism. There the bulging of eyes will be, and goiter and all the other things are there. So let me explain in this chart so that you'll understand very nicely the comparative picture between hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. So hypothyroidism is those people they are cold intolerance. They become very you know very cold and they cannot bear much cold. So they become cold intolerance. Whereas hyperthyroid people they cannot bear heat because already too much sweating and palpitation will be high, and they have hypothyroidism, dry hair, and hyperthyroidism, they have hair loss. Puffy face, hypothyroidism, bulging of eyes for hyperthyroidism, goiter in the both cases, slow heartbeat for hypothyroid people, rapid heartbeat will go faster for hyperthyroidic people, weight gain, they put on weight, hypothyroid people, they put on weight, whereas the hyperthyroidic people, they lose weight, they become more thin and they get a hypothyroid people, they get constipation, motion will not be free. Whereas a hyperthyroid people, diarrhea, motion become too much free. Okay. And for hypothyroidism people, miscarriage or possible infertility will happen. So irregular menstrual cycle can happen. So hyperthyroidic people, usually their periods will be longer. So menstrual periods may be occur, delayed or sometimes often with longer cycles. So these are some of the symptoms of hypo and hyper. Very good to compare. Now we are not discussing about hyperthyroidism much because thyroid people, most of the problem is hypo. So the moment thyroid problem means we usually refer to hypothyroidism, means deficiency of hormone production of thyroxine. Okay. So this is what we generally refer, not hyper. So the connection, the risk factor is also great for visceral adiposity, means the fat, if you have a visceral fat more and a BMI of 30 plus, you have 7 times more risk of getting thyroid. Insulin resistance, I said about diabetes and their jiggery, those friends, age, sedentary lifestyle. So that's the reason why you have to keep on working. There is sedentary lifestyle, sitting jobs. No, so don't sit, keep on moving, be in active lifestyle. With the age also, so thyroid can come. High salt intake. Our people usually take a lot of salt. So cut down salt as much you can. For men, it will be usually less, and women more chances of getting thyroid. As try to avoid the smoking and insulin resistance, already explained about diabetes. So hypothyroidism, the types, what are the types? So primary thyroid primary thyroidism called, it is because of failure of thyroid function. Directly thyroid function is failure, that called primary, the first. The secondary is, it's not because of the primary, it means not because of thyroid, but there are hormones in the brain produced by brain, hypothalamus, and the pituitary called TSH and TRH. Because of that, if the heart thyroid comes, then it is called secondary thyroidism. Subclinical hypothyroidism. So they're called slightly high TSH, but THH thyroid stimulating, but normal T4. Common in older women, more common those with autoimmune disease type 1. I already said about this iodine deficiency. Then how to understand the report? Simple, they give you the reference, how much is the reference. Based on that, you can able to see reference values. If you see this report, here I can see this in what is shown in the below in red colors. Normal TSH concentration will be about 0.4 to 4. So now if you see in the report, it should be, TSH should be 0.4 to 4. Whereas here, TSH is 9.6, 8.8, 4.8, 6. It's not between 0.4 to 4. So naturally it is high, TSH is high, so abnormal. So similarly, let me go back to T4 levels. How the T4 levels will be? The normal levels are between 5.0 to 12.0. Whereas here, if you see, it is not between 5.0 to 12.0, it is 14, 15, 14, and 14. So it is also high, so abnormal. That's how we understand that these hormones are not working well. Okay. So how to understand these glands and hormones? Let me show through the picture. Just be watchful about the picture right side. What I given. This hypothalamus is a brain component of the brain. It produces TRH, thyrotropin releasing hormone. Then that influences the hormone which is produced by pituitary gland, namely TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. So TRH affects TSH. The TSH affects the major thyroid gland. That's called thyroid gland produces two major hormones, are T3 and T4. And out of T3, usually T4 will come. So T4 is the usual stable to study. So that's why generally they say T4 instead of T3 because T3 is very shy. So it will be not a stable one. So T4 is the stable, so easy to measure. So that's how the flow will be. That T4 goes into the bloodstream and they causes increased metabolism, decreased metabolism. Metabolism includes catabolism, anabolism. I'm going to show you growth and development and brain functions, heart and liver and lungs, all the activities put together called metabolism. Okay. So already given respiration to BMR, basal metabolic heat production, oxygen consumption, breathlessness, all that wake up, they become sluggishness, hemoglobin production, they become weak and alert. They cannot, early morning, they don't difficult to wake up, and even reproductive organs also they don't work well. They have poor libido. Sexually, they are not so, alert. So because of this hormonal effect, so regulates the growth also. So then the important interesting point is normalization of thyroid function after weight loss. Okay, scientific studies are saying by losing weight, the thyroid functions also become normal. Very interesting, correct? So when the BMI goes down, actually the TSH and T3 levels they try to work well. It seems as per they try to come to normal level. Then doctors also they say, yeah, very good that you worked, you did a really good job by losing weight, and they ask you to go for a report. Then the reports will be normal. Then try to reduce the medication. So that's how it works out. But if you can able to work on not just short term but sustainable weight loss, means continuously can be on the weight loss and you are maintaining proper weight as per a height and weight chart, and through proper calorie deficit, proper giving proper nutrition like us, through creating diet calorie deficit like us, increased physical activity levels, and also with the proper lifestyle changes, it goes a long way. You really, really help in yourself. Sometimes medication, doctor also, we have seen a lot of cases, they make you come out of the medication as well because not levels are normal. So that's a good news for you. So I was telling about the relation between the TRH, TSH, and T3, T4. This is how. In a simple diagrammatical way, I showed you hypothalamus in the brain, releases TRH that influences pituitary gland, which produces TSH, that influences thyroid gland, which produces T3 and T4. Simple words: TRH, TSH, and T3, T4. Right. So to make it more simpler, this chart will give you a lot of clarity. What is normal thyroid function? There are only two things, TSH and T4. Okay. If TSH normal or T4 normal or low or above. Based on that, all these things are nomenclature is given about the types of thyroidism given. So first to start with normal thyroid function, TSH normal, T4 normal. Okay, simple normal. Then what is subclinical hypothyroid? TSH is elevated high, T4 is normal. That's called subclinical hypothyroidism. Primary hypothyroidism, TSH is high, but T4 low. And there is euthyroid 6 syndrome. Euthyroid is TSH normal or low, T4 is low. Okay, that's how it works out. And if you come down and see the report, what is shown in another diagram, I showed, remember, normal TSH, and low T4 is equal to secondary hypothyroidism. Okay, so this already given report. So now same thing put together, doctors will check where you are, and If it TSH is high, then what is the T4, T3, normal, low? Accordingly, they decide whether it's subclinical hypothyroidism or hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism. So same thing, I put it in diagrammatically. Subclinical thyroidism is the same. Subclinical thyroidism is correlated with increased risk of fatal, non-fatal coronary artery disease, CAD. So most of the very silent killer, subclinical hypothyroidism, it causes, silently TSH levels will be greater, but T4 levels will be normal. Okay, that's called the subclinical thyroidism, where it affects CAD, heart problems, congestive heart failure, or fatal stroke, brain stroke or those kind of things. So accordingly, yeah, given again same, TSH and based on T3, T4 level, TSH, primary, subclinical, I given already, secondary hypothyroidism, I given already, right? So secondary hypothyroidism, TSH levels are normal or low, but T4 levels are low. Subclinical, I was telling, remember, TSH will be high, but T4 levels are normal. Okay, so primary hypothyroidism, this is TSH levels are high and T4 to low. Again, this also gives you entire macro view of everything. Normal sick euthyroid TSH T4 is TSH normal, T4 is low. Subclinical hypothyroid same, TSH is high, T4 is normal. Hypothyroid is TSH is high, T4 is low. Subclinical hypothyroid TSH is low, T4 normal. Hyperthyroidism TSH is low, T4 are high. Okay, I think I given you all the meaning, easy to interpret, based on a report, easy to interpret just by looking at these charts. So now, because of euthyroid, so it affects the heart, it affects the lungs, it affects the liver, it also affects the gastric tract, renal, even kidneys also, intestine also. So same thing I given you here. So another way to represent the same thing. So if you find time, you can have a look at these charts, but otherwise the same. So let me explain here the important role between the hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin. Leptin and ghrelin are called hunger hormones, remember. And leptin is produced by fat cells called adipose cells. And ghrelin is formed by the gastrointestinal tract cells. That's called ghrelin. Now, if you see this left side, balance, and right side balance, now hunger comes because of the leptin levels are high. Leptin levels becomes high when the adipose tissue from the fat cells leptin will form. So the more leptin is formed, hunger will be high. Whereas satisfaction, satiety means satisfaction. You are no more hunger. You are okay. Stomach is full. That comes when ghrelin is high. Ghrelin comes from the stomach cells, correct? So these are the two important hunger hormones you have to remember. So leptin is the main hormone that actually works very distinctly in hypothyroid cases. How? I'm going to tell you. The leptin is the hunger hormone, comes from the adipose tissue, fat cells that actually make you, hunger, right? So that because of that, when the hunger is there, leptin is the high levels, then TSH, because fat cells will not, really affect thyroid hormone. So the upper levels like TRH, TSH will be listening to it, and accordingly they try to work. So that's how they become more. So now remember, thyroid hormone has effect on pancreas, liver, skeletal muscle, and you can see VAT and BAT. What is BAT? BAT means brown adipose tissue, brown fat cells. VAT, WAT, white adipose tissue, white fat cells, white color fat cells and brown color fat cells. So this VAT is produced, leptin, you can see this, leptin. So these are the biochemical reactions that's happening. And basically metabolism means catabolism and anabolism. Catabolism means breaking down, fat is breaking down or anything breaking down. It's called catabolism. Anabolism means forming more fat cells or forming skin cells, something like that. So it both are influenced by metabolism. Both are called catabolism, anabolism put together called metabolism. They are influenced by thyroid. Right? Thyroid, particularly thyroxine hormone or TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. So this you can see this anabolic effect. Lipogenesis means lipid formation. free fatty acid, esterification means more fatty acids are forming. So because of anabolic effect of thyroid hormone, catabolic effect means breaking down. You can see lipolysis means fat is breaking down into free fatty acids. So from the adipocyte, from the fat cell. So this is again influenced by what? Hypothyroid hormone, that is TH and TSH. So now cell, the major stem cell, from there it will try to break down into differentiate and form into adipocyte. Then it become mature adipocyte. Adipocyte is fat cell, proliferate, means it increase more. This increase is again, remember, because of T3, TSH, same, effect. So now fat cells increase by two ways. One is number of fat cells are increasing, that's called hyperplasia. Mean number of fat cells are increasing. Number two, hypertrophy means cell volume is increasing, means fat cell is forming more fat, adding more fat. So now both the things will happen. That's the reason I put on weight. So how? Because of this deficiency of thyroid hormones. So the put on weight because of hyperplasia and hypertrophy, means number of fat cells increase, and also fat and content will increase. So put together, this energy balance, calorie in versus calories out, this will be influenced by these hormones. So that's the reason why when thyroid levels, go down or thyroid levels fluctuate, you either lose weight or gain weight. Hyperthyroid, you lose weight. Okay, you become very lean. Whereas hypothyroid, you put on weight. Most of the thyroid cases, they put on weight because of this, this leptin and these hormones. I was explaining you all this. And there's a connection between visceral fat. Visceral fat, what? The fat inside the visceral organs, right? The stomach fat. This is more dangerous. So adipocytokines. So these adipocytokines are, that influences that immunity, immunoglobulins kind. So they are all affected. So immunity also affected, and lipotoxicity means the lipids will increase more. That causes toxicity. So then naturally thyroid become more dysfunction. Okay, the fatty liver kind of things will happen. So now we can see the skeletal muscles become weak, glucose will not go properly. That is the thyroid people, they cannot able to get energy, they become very weak and sluggish, and liver become fatty liver kind. Lipogenesis will be, lipotoxicity will be, fatty liver kind, liver toxicity will happen. Liver cancers also can come. Number three, vascular system means the blood circulation system. They lot of clots will come in between, meaning traffic jams will happen in the blood circulation that causes heart failure also. It's called atherosclerosis or atherogenesis. So this again to do with the body fat. So both are linked. So that's the reason why. So you have to have a nitric oxide. You can see this picture. NO means nitric oxide. To overcome this, fat formation in the arteries and clogging the arteries. So better to give NO, nitric oxide. I given you the scientific reference also. Nitric oxide is very helpful. Helpful for vasodilation. I'm going to talk about it. So now cardiac contractility also affected. I said about heart problem, and respiratory system also, they become breathless, and I said about it. So respiratory tract also. So you require proper lung related, nutrition and exercise and all that. Autoimmunity also affected. I said about really immune system also get affected. Blood coagulation means suddenly clots will happen, thrombus will happen. So that also reason why they end up in heart problems or cholesterol, this kind of thing. So nitric oxide becomes like is like a helpful for neurotransmission. It also helpful for antimicrobial, like immunity growing, platelet adhesion, vasodilation. This is very important. Vasodilation means increasing the volume of the arteries or veins. So that clots will not happen. So smooth passage will happen. That's how it will be helpful for the heart functioning. Dr. Louis Gnaro, our Nobel Prize winner, exclusively got this award of Nobel Prize for discovering that nitric oxide will be great helpful for the heart patients. So because of vasodilation, this exactly same thing happening. So now next angle, the orientation about diabetes. So that's the reason why we have to be careful about diabetics and thyroid. They're also friends. So be careful when diabetes comes, what kind of diet to be taken. Diabetes also to do with obesity. They are sister cousins. Diabetes and obesity called diabesity. So we have to, by reducing weight, even diabetes also they get great benefit. So thyroid, diabetes, and obesity all are linked. They are it's also linked with the calories in calorie nutrition, lifestyle, and weight loss. So another interesting observation is microbiota and thyroid interaction in health and disease. If you watch these references, microbiota means microbiome. There is a gut bacteria, right? So in a small life, micro means small, biota life, right? Trillions of bacteria are there in our gut. Gut is also called second brain, right? So much of good bacteria is there, and usually when you don't have proper diet or usually don't have a good lifestyle, you end up in bad microbiome. So that's the reason I end up in sickness. Immunity goes down and all that. So now scientists are doing a lot of research on this microbiome and probiotics. Now probiotics are very helpful for improving, this thyroid condition. Now, probiotics are supported by prebiotics. Prebiotics nothing but fiber-based food products. And probiotics and prebiotics, finally, they give to postbiotics, mean the end product. Their future, it will be even giving you more immunity and it causes a lot of good well-being. So this is how, the entire spectrum of the link between microbiome, thyroid, microbiota, okay, the probiotics and all that. So good idea to try good bacteria. In Herbalife, we have good bacteria as well, right? Microbiome. This one we probiotics, we have prebiotics, we have. Try our programs. And overweight and obesity may have contributed to the rapid rise in papillary thyroid cancer. So thyroid cancer is associated with obesity also. So that's the reason why instead of waiting for something, obesity coming out of obesity or overcoming obesity is great help for you. And the link between obesity and thyroid cancer, unveiling the hidden connection, given you research articles. So this will be great help for you. So instead of waiting for problem, so why don't you try to come out of obesity? Obesity has so much of inherent links. So weight loss really will be great help for you. So now medical treatment, doctors always give you, take care of you. It's already proven. So it's a well-studied subject, thyroid problem. So please do approach your medical doctor. Please consult your doctor for any of your thyroid or related medications, anything. Doctor is responsible, not me or company. Okay, we are only here to guide you in terms of nutrition and weight loss and wellness, right? And lifestyle habits correction. But to do for medication purpose, please approach your doctor. And usually, doctor recommends based on this levothyroxine. Usually, we call like altrocin or thyroxine medication in terms of hormone. So they will ask you to take an empty stomach and 1-2 hours before eating anything. So empty stomach, they have to watchful about the dosage for 4 to 12 weeks. Meaning, so they give you some medication, they watch and ask you to report again after 4 to 12 weeks, meaning 1 month to 3 months. So please don't stop the medication unless your doctor advises you to do so. Or please don't reduce the medication without the help of your doctor, because they study so much, they know well. So you don't take your anything into your hands. So now doctor always looks at the dosage based on your weight. So if your weight is 50 grams, usually they give 1.5 to 1.8 micrograms per kg of levothyroxine and initiate with full dose. Slowly they start with and slowly they try to increase the dosage depending on the requirement. And they usually increase the dose for pregnant people and sometimes childbearing, postpartum, or for heart patients and all. Accordingly, they try to increase the dosage. So please do approach and they check what kind of problem. They check your TSH level, T3, T4, and accordingly they try to design the program. Then there are myths and benefits of soy protein. Soy protein, the best protein. Okay, the best plant protein ever. It's called it's a soy protein is called almost like a complete protein. Why? Because all the 9 essential amino acids are so there, and it has PD-Cas ratio 1. Protein digestibility corrected amino acid score, PD-Cas ratio 1. One score is the best protein, okay, along with egg white and milk protein, soy protein, the best vegetarian protein. It also has rich in all amino acids and all that, right? and it is one of the most easily digestible of all the proteins. Sometimes when you take protein, some people cannot digest; they end up in bloating or gases formation. Whereas this will be easy digestible. So, according to your diet, if you take soya protein, it's a slow absorbing protein. Whey protein is a fast absorbing protein. So because our shakes, meal replacement shakes are blended with both soy and whey and casein, so it actually gives you satiety, fullness for 1 to 3 hours. So that's why that there is also logic is there, science is there behind. So please do follow this proper science. Please follow your coach, wellness coach. They design the program according to your timetable, irregular timings, and all that. So there is a myth, soya protein not to be taken for patients with hypothyroid. It's not at all true. Okay, so it's not at all true. Once upon a time, people used to say that it's not good, but now there is an organization called Soya Organization. They give you entire perfect data because they encourage research articles also. They publish and make them to be available to all the public. And in humans, the evidence of soya intake and thyroid health is mixed and appears to vary based on person's current thyroid health status and iodine intake. Many studies suggest that this eating pattern is not harmful to people with normal thyroid health. And consult your physician and take it alongside iodine supplementation or drug usage. Scientific study findings provide little evidence that in euthyroid, iodine replete individuals, soya foods or isoflavones adversely affect thyroid function. In contrast, some evidence suggests that soy foods, by inhibiting absorption, may increase the dose of thyroid hormone required by hypothyroid patients. However, this is very important. Hypothyroid adults need not avoid soy foods. Maybe sometimes the dosage may be required to add more, depending on your case. But does not mean you should not eat soya foods. Soya foods are safe; they are very good. Otherwise, from where you get good quality protein, right? So, in spite of thyroid, you can still have soya protein. So that's what we want to tell you. They're safe and completely good. And my give testimonial of my wife, Cynthia, is a thyroid patient before coming to Herbalife also. After using, still she lost weight. Okay, so that means what? Even if you are thyroid, also still she used Herbalife consisting of thyroid, consisting of soy protein, and still perfectly all right. So you can see her. Okay, so a lot of a transformation. So thyroid people also can use soy products. So don't worry about it. So nutritional wise, always good to take vitamins and minerals, probiotic and all that. So that's what we have. Balanced nutrition in Herbalife. So 30% good fat through omega-3 and the rest 30% protein and hydration, water, 40% from the complex good carbohydrates and exercise. All that we promote in micronutrition and everything. So we promote balanced nutrition. That exactly what we do. Not just only nutrition, but also personalize according to your culture, your body requirements, and also we'll see the gaps in your diet, and then accordingly try to insert some other supplements inside. So, and also we try to promote healthy active lifestyle, not passive lifestyle, right? So we are the number one in whole world in terms of meal replacement and protein supplements together. And we are also number one in terms of weight management. We are the number one brand in the whole world in weight management. So because because the thyroid people require to lose weight, so this is a good choice for them to lose weight using the programs. So seed to feed, from the time the seed is sown in the soil, from there to feed what goes in the mouth. These products are heavily tested, thoroughly tested, 300 tests, 400 tests, so you can understand. Thoroughly tested, you can feel confident about the safety and efficacy. They are thoroughly confident. And this fresh energy drinks, and we also have herbal control. They have caffeine. Caffeine is taken in moderate quantity. They actually very good for increasing the metabolism. But the hypothyroid people, metabolism goes down. So that's how this fresh and this herbal control also will be great help for you. And as I said about the connection between diabetes and you know um, thyroid. So low glycemic index foods are always safe. Our products are low glycemic index, so can always safely taken. And we also awarded with best breakfast awards. So that means instead of your food, your breakfast, you can have this as a breakfast. And meal wise, instead of that meal, you can have this meal. Price is the by and large the same. It's actually more economical if you take it long run Company gives you a lot of benefits as well. So low calorie, our shakes are low calorie but rich in nutrition, whereas our outside food, the high calories but poor in nutrition. And for people like thyroid, some people develop cholesterol. So we have the beta heart, we have the claim also for the cholesterol. So this reduces the bad cholesterol, increases the good cholesterol. Nitric oxide, I said about this is the Nitrox product, and I said about antioxidants. Cell activated there has powerful antioxidants. I was talking about probiotics, right? We also have probiotic supplement. If you require to do exercise, while you're doing exercise, please don't forget about our hydrate during the during the workout. During the workout as a snack, and post workout H20 for rebuild strength. So these are some of the things. And for women, or for hormonal fluctuations, woman choice is there, made up of chasteberry, and chasteberry is also woman friendly, and soya isoflavone is also woman friendly. So you can try different programs, but we ask your coach. They know the best according to your requirements. Okay, so we design the program. So that's the reason why come to your coach, wellness coach or health coach. They properly understand. They try to personalize according to your lifestyle, according to your diet requirement, and according to your budget. We can see a lot of people like Srinivas, teenage also, obesity. So a lot of children, a lot of teenagers also got great results on this. We have our Sapna and Murli, they got excellent results on, weight loss. Particularly, Swapna is also affected with thyroid, but still she lost weight. You can see the transformation. And Sujata ma'am, she also affected with thyroid. She also, in spite of thyroid, she got excellent results on weight loss. So Lavanya ma'am, celebrity, film star, she also lost weight. Pravina ma'am, she also was thyroid patient, and she also lost weight. In spite of thyroid, she lost weight. And we hear some of the examples of testimonials of Babulal weight loss. Babulal, and his name is Imran. He lost 50 kilos. And similarly, Ramarao sir lost 50 kilos. And Banu Prasad sir lost 72 kilos. And Mohan Kumar lost 75 kilos. Can you believe it? Narayan lost 82 kilos in our Herbalife program. So you can also try, but you have to contact your own coach. If you have already one Herbalife coach, please do contact him, not me. Talk to him. If you don't have any coach, Herbalife coach to guide you, then talk to me. Okay, call us, contact us. We are more than happy to help you uh, for personalizing your plan on diet, fitness, and lifestyle. Okay. So we are there to help you. To reach out to me, these are my social media links and phone numbers: Instagram, Facebook, website, YouTube, email, and phone numbers are given. As I already said, if you have a coach already, Herbalife coach, please contact him, not me. If no one is there, we are there to help you. And our goal is making the world healthier and happier. So if you also wanted to become part of our mission, please do join us. And please, if you like this video, please share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share to many people. They also get benefited, right? So thank you so much for your attention. I appreciate it. And if you really, understood it and you really felt nice, please take good notes and save you and your family or friends and family members. And by education, you really solve a lot of problems. This is only for education purpose. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. God bless you. Tata.